What's up, guys? It's your friendly neighborhood Bob and
Medic Mike.
And today we are here to talk to you a little bit about massive bleeding myths. So I've heard some crazy ones. I'm sure Mike has heard some crazy ones. And we wanted to talk to you about why you shouldn't do some of these things because they're absolutely ridiculous. But also we're going to try to do a couple of these things today for you to see if they work. So what's one of the craziest things you've heard on the job throughout the years?
The craziest?
Yeah, it just turns to like massive bleeding control and what didn't work. This video is brought to you by Tampon. Tampons.
Because someone's brother's uncle's cousin that served in Vietnam passed that knowledge down the line to the next of kin, and they still think that it's gospel, and that's not.
Absolutely. So we're going to take a quick minute here. We've got our wound cube, Woodrow. He is going to get a wound pack with a tampon. So here's what you do. First things first, you pray because you're going to desperately need the Lord successful. Now, all things are possible through him, but you take one of your finest feminine hygiene products and you open that sucker up, and obviously you are good to go. Puff that gauze out. Here you go, and that is all you get, which is not a lot, and then you...
Oh, wait a minute, it's still bleeding.
That's it. That's all you got. Obviously, that's not enough gauze. Now, what you could actually do is take some rolled gauze or some wound packing gauze, some compressed gauze, you tie a power knot, use something to drive towards that source of bleeding.
In a pinch, you could use a t-shirt, technically.
You could use a t-shirt.
Not great, but...
You could use pretty much anything if you have enough material to backpack. Backpack. Show a little Dora the Explorer thing right there.
Hey, we're having fun here.
We have a good time. So as you can see, it takes a lot of gauze, a considerable amount of gauze to fill majority of wound cavities. Something like a tampon is not going to work. Now, what you could do is, a curtain or something just on the side there. I'm still packing. Just so you know,
It's a deep wound.
I'm still filling the cavity here. It's not a very thick gauze, but all that gauze coming out of this wound right here.
Way more than that.
So we've got all of this gauze that fit inside the wound channel here, and I could have probably packed a little bit more, versus this. So obviously this is a ridiculous medical myth, busted right there. Boom. What's our next medical myth, Mike, when it comes to massive bleeding?
Cayenne pepper. Well,
Cayenne pepper, gunpowder.
Well, again,
Sugar. It's all packing stuff in the wound, right?
Correct.
So
with the thought of it getting debrided after the fact, but in surgical suite.
Well, and so there's a problem with that, right? So if you start shoving products, whether the efficacy is there or not, because there's people who have done labs on cayenne pepper and on sugar, and it's proven successful if it's done correctly. However, the debridement process in post, so like when you get to that higher level of care, you're going to have to do surgery. You're going to have to remove all that from the wound. So that could prove very challenging for, maybe people in an austere medical environment.
Absolutely. Which
could cause bigger issues down the line, which is why we always just recommend that you use an actual hemostatic. So that being a hemostatic impregnated gauze, your Quick Clots, your C-Loxes, your X-Stat, your Quick Clot rolled, whatever it may be, whatever your brand of choice is. That way, it's much easier to remove. It has that X-ray line. See it in that hospital setting to allow for proper removal. So that way, we're not leaving anything in there that potentially cause a clot down the road, which could be a huge problem for the individual who received treatment. So in terms of shoving sugar or cayenne pepper or anything like that in a wound.
Burn!
Yeah, cayenne pepper, even the gunpowder thing
like
too.
Salt in the wound.
Let's just use the proper tools, the proper products to make
Let me
sure.
get some alcohol, just dump it on there.
You're going to love this. It's okay. Trust me. It's good.
Margarita.
Yeah, no, don't do that. So, yeah, definitely would pass on that medical myth right there. The next one I wanted to talk about is, I hear it all the time in class, is I don't need to carry a tourniquet on me. I have a belt. So what we're going to do, and we will see, this is a leather belt. I don't know who makes this leather belt. Someone.
Sears and Roebuck.
And we will see if we can get good pressure to hold on this gentleman right here. Now, fun fact about leather is it can actually stretch. So that's the last.
And that's a very seasoned belt, by the way.
Yeah, this is I use this belt all the time. I'm really hoping I don't break this. Okay, so I guess this is how I would do it. There's no instructional.
Wait, what if you got one of those big cowboy rodeo buckles?
Yeah, so that would get in the problem, right? So your buckle would really matter. So we can try, but there's not really a way to hold this. I mean,
you would need like 3 people to pull the opposite direction.
And then work some sort of windlass. So even if I tried to do this on Mike here, let's go. So he's got a massive bleed. Oh, no. I'm going to...
Oh! Pinch.
I'm going to try Do I have arterial restriction yet?
By you holding it, but I'm sure once you let go.
Yeah, you let go, immediately you lose that
Yeah,
restriction.
they'd have to literally hold that the whole time.
Yeah, and you'd have to hold it tight. Like, that was a lot of force.
You would lose grip strength after about 15, 20 minutes. Be like, oh, I can't do it
Oh,
anymore.
dude, most people would lose grip strength, I believe, in like 2 minutes. I mean, how many people are,
All right, I was trying to give them the benefit.
Hey, man, that's don't do
Because,
that.
we work out.
Yeah, we're so strong. So the belt myth, and that's with my belt. Let's see, Mike's got a different type of belt, Rigger's belt. Let's see if this is any better. Let's see if this
Well,
works
let's see here.
differently.
How we're going to do this, because I did not pre-plan.
All right, so we've got, this is one of those 511 belts.
Yep, it's
yeah.
an old school 511 belt.
511 tactical belt. So we'll try it first on Woodrow, our wound
my
packing aid.
pants
Now you might be able to get some because this kind of has a buckle. So if we really like wrench down on this one, but I doubt that we'd have actual arterial restriction here. But if you can believe it, this belt was not made for this.
Nope.
Nope. No, this isn't happening.
Nope, you'd
Not
have
at
to
all.
pull it. Yeah, it's even worse than your belt.
Oh my gosh, no, yeah, not at all, because it has this big gap right there. So even that buckle is causing a huge issue for the individual. Like that, no, you're not. Just
Now, if
slide
you're a
that thing
kung fu
off.
master and you got your gi, you can get your little black belt. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, maybe you could tie like a slip knot, but even then, you're still causing the potential for nerve damage with that rope or paracord or something like that, because you can create compartment syndrome. So too tight of an acute space of pressure, causing damage to the nerve, which could potentially lead to a loss of limb. Very, very serious stuff. So the belt method, the rope method, off target. We do not want to do that. We're going to use an actual committee on TCCC recommended tourniquet. Right, like so. So that being your soft T Gen 5, your Cat Gen 7, even your TMTs, your RMTs, stuff like that. That's going to work a lot better. Some of the new tourniquets that are hitting the market, the Armor tourniquet or the Stake Staff, we want to see more data from. Hasn't been tested as much by the Committee on TCCC. We always try to use those guys as our guidelines because there is so much expertise, so much wisdom.
Yep.
The white paper data, it's paid. Those lessons are paid for in blood. And we would take that very seriously here. So get rid of the belt idea. Carry a tourniquet on you. Carry an effing tourniquet. It'll help you so much.
No, you can't get any of those anymore.
Yeah, let us know. Let us know in the comment section below some funny myths that you've heard from people in the gun shop or from people in your community or maybe just on the internet itself. What medical myths have you learned? And we'll try to dispel anything that we can in the comment section below. Thank you guys so much. Hopefully this helps.
We just want you to be informed.
Yeah, we don't want you to make dumb choices because somebody told you bad information, right? So let us know what else you want us to do videos on in the comment section below. Have a great day and carry an effing tourniquet.